Greetings everyone, my name is Flare Bliss and welcome to Fated Night. You're walking late at night through the city's park, in your arm an envelope with documents from today's lectures in university. You'd rather be in bed right now, but here you are, on your way to deliver them in your best friend's steed to a fellow student. As far as you can remember, the two of you never interacted before, but somehow she seems to remember you. Who would she be on this fated night? Link in the description below where you'll be able to download and play this game for yourselves. Let us start. Click. Please enter your name. We will be called... why was that in bold there? Despite it being a summer evening, the park remains starkly cold as you walk through it. Are we in a desert? Even your well-lined fur jacket is futile against the elements. Safely tucked under your arm are the documents from today's lecture. At this time of day, you would usually be lying in your warm bed dressed in cozy pajamas. You silently curse your overtly kind nature as a puff of fog leaves your mouth. You're entirely unable to say no to a request. Your best friend, whose actions often seem to juxtapose a title, had asked you only a few hours prior to take the notes of today's lecture to a fellow student in his stead. Lack of commas. That's okay. Something extremely important has come up. Or had come up, sorry, according to him. Yeah, right. Lovely park nonetheless, though. In the near distance of the fog veiling a lonely playground, you notice a silhouette shrouded in darkness. That must be her. Hello there. Hey. Before you're able to alert her of your presence, her verdant eyes glistening under the streetlights meet yours. Her face contorts from confusion to joy in a flash.
Oh, what on earth are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I think Matt did send us, yeah. Something feels odd. The word is on the tip of your tongue. Something so familiar, yet foreign. Could this be deja vu? Is this not the first time that we have been here, interacting with this lass? Who knows? Yes, he did. Sorry, this might sound strange, but do we know each other? You seem to know my name. Know me by name, sorry, but I don't know yours. The fair skin on her face tenses up from twitching emanating from the corners of her mouth. It seems like she is trying to force herself to smile. Who are you? How'd you know me? What's my favorite food? Even you, one so socially inept, is able to see the warmth that radiated from her smile fade. It's almost as if the biting cold itself is taking away her smile.
No, it's just that Matt mentioned you from time to time. We went to the same primary and secondary school. In parallel classes, though.
Parallel classes. A small shame wells within you, and your formerly cold cheeks start to brim with a subtle warmth. You're aware that you went to the same schools and now attend at the same university, but you didn't know, how you managed to make such a lasting impression.
Anyway, I guess you don't remember me, but I'm Nora. It's nice to meet you.
Nora, okie dokie. I've never heard of that name before, actually. The oppressive, uncomfortable heaviness in the air seems to gradually tighten your what? You suddenly remember why you even came to this godforsaken place. Oh right, the notes from today's lecture. Here, but can I ask you something?
Oh, thanks. What's up?
Why do you need these in printed form? Matt could have just emailed them to you. And why choose this place to rendezvous? It doesn't exactly have the best reputation. He or myself could have just brought them to your house. As a child, your mother told you not to go home through the park. It was close to the city's slums, the most popular hangout for junkies to get their next fix. You often paid no heed to her warnings. It was your favorite place to play. Yet, you can't seem to remember why that was. It's as if the reason had been completely erased from your memory, but yet she has some kind of memory with you in this park. Fated Night.
Well, I don't have a phone or a laptop, so I use the library for assignments and...
What year is this game based in? And if these things are so accessible, then why do you not have at least some means of electronic communications, Noah? And she interrupts herself as if to collect thoughts before speaking. She opens her mouth but lets out a small sigh instead. Although I think there are probably some families out there that despise the idea of technology of any kind, no matter how simple or advanced it is.
It's complicated. I can't go home right now, and this is my favorite place.
You can't go home right now. This rundown playground? You bite your own tongue. Once again, you spoke without thinking. Perhaps instead of studying to become a teacher, you should have studied keeping the foot out of your mouth. Ouch. Sorry.
You're right.
I'm right. You said you couldn't go home, but why is that?
It's...
Complicated. Complicated again. It's just going to be a pattern. You'll go home eventually, right? Uncertain. An awkward silence permeates between the two of you again. You wistfully realize that this isn't a first for her. You must make a decision. Unfortunately, this whole scenario is just a little too shady for my likings. The cold begins to nibble at your fingertips. Exhausted, all you could think about is your warm bed. You did exactly what you were asked to do. Anyway, I should head home. It's pretty late.
Oh, right.
If you really can't go home tonight, at least try to stay with a friend. It's not safe out here. It sure is not safe out here. You swivel your body around and begin to head in the opposite direction, back to where we came from. You make out a faint night as a reply. Every footstep you take feels harrowingly longer than the last as you realize the mistake you have made. And what exactly is that mistake? Is that leaving our friend behind? I imagine it was. You can't really refer back to spots that you saved in, so I think what you would have to do is select a new game, and then you can't load, but you can only save. Then there's no reason for the saving then. On the contrary of leaving her behind, take her with you. You don't know her, but you do know you can't just abandon her to the depths of the night. My flat is not very big, but it's warmer than a park bench and...
Oh, no. Please, don't worry about me.
Are you sure, Noah? I'd feel guilty if I left you like this now, like my other self did. I want to sleep, but I want to sleep soundly knowing you're safe. She doesn't answer. If she did, she'd have to admit that you were right. A defeated sigh escapes her lips instead. You realize that you've made the right decision as soon as you both begin walking back to your flat. Unbeknownst to you, however, is that the integral part that Noah will play in your future. Ah, hello there. We've got a swing here, and now another body is there. Okie dokie. So would that be it? Is that it of this tale? Like, I don't believe that there's anything else within the game. It says in the author's note, originally this idea was supposed to have more gameplay elements, as in having a bunch of choices in regards of your actions, but love meter would go up or down, and there would be 3 endings, although for some odd reason they keep putting the word alternative behind each ending. But who knows what that entails, but that scope was way too big for a jam like O2A2, which I think is only one of each asset sort of thing. Along those lines. So, only one of each asset, meaning that you can only use an asset once within, let's say, a visual novel, a particular scene, or something like that. I love all the fact that everything here that you're seeing right now, it all looks really customized, actually. A lovely background, like there's a lot of depth behind it. Like the night sky is there, the darkened woods are there, there's a little bit of light emanating from the street lights onto the trees and stuff like that. I love the voice acting as well, like from this character. Like, it really says the words as it's written on the screen. Like, there was a small stutter in which the word was broken out, like on one of the lines, which I was really impressed by. But this is a nice little tale, as it were. It's a nice little tale with a lot of customization behind it. And if there was any other entries of this game, like if this game extended out into something that was longer, then I'll be all for it. It also says in the game as well that the developer is German, and the game was translated from German to English, so it's not always the case where the grammar will always be perfect, but I think the grammar in this game is really solid. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Fated Night. Let me know what you liked about this game. There's a lot of comments actually on the Itch.io page where you can download the game itself. They have some really high remarks of this game, and I agree with them as well. There's a lot of polish and a lot of prettiness to it. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.